Today I'm going to read a story about Helen Keller, the most important day. Helen Keller lost her sight and hearing ability when she was only 19 months old. With the help of a teacher, Annie Sullivan, she learned to read and speak. This is what Miss Sullivan used to tell Helen. Keep on beginning and failing. Each time you fail, start all over again, and you will grow stronger until you succeed. Recall, it was summer of 1880. A healthy baby girl was born in a small town in Alabama. Her parents loved her dearly and named her Helen. But one day the baby became ill and day after day her fever stayed high. Everyone in the family tried to help her to get better, but all they could say was
There is nothing more we can do. The baby may not live.
Helen lived, but she was not the same after her illness,
Something is very wrong.
her mother said. At last they found out what was wrong. The child could not see or hear. The baby grew into a little girl. Her parents felt sorry for her. Helen often cried and held on to her mother.
Maybe you should give the poor child what she wants.
Her father would say, though Helen could not hear or see, she was a bright girl. Some people thought Helen could not learn anything.
Why don't you just send her away somewhere?
They said. Her mother did not agree.
Thanks, but Helen is very smart.
She said and added,
The problem is how can we reach her? She is locked up inside herself.
Helen began to grow wild. She would not let anyone comb her hair. Her clothes were always dirty. She was often angry. Sometimes she even lay on the floor and kicked her feet. Her parents thought that they should find a reach, teacher for her. Miss Sullivan, a young teacher, agreed to help Helen to learn to see the world. Miss Sullivan gave Helen a doll. DOLL spelled doll. Miss Sullivan spelled the word with her fingers into Helen's hand. She made the letters with special hand signs. Helen copied her teacher and spelled DOLL too, but she did not understand what she was doing. She did not know that she was spelling a word or even that word existed. Helen liked Miss Sullivan. She was strict but kind. In the days that followed, Helen learned to spell in this way. A great many words, among them were pin, hat, cup, and few verbs like sit, stand, and walk. But her teacher had been with her several weeks before she understood that everything had a name. One day, her teacher made Helen put her hand into running water. Then she spelled WATER. Suddenly, Helen understood that water meant something wet running over her hand. She understood that words were the most important things in world. Words would tell her everything she wanted to know. Helen learned 30 words that day. Mother, father, sister, teacher were among them words that were made to make the world blossom for her. It would have been a difficult to find a happier child than Helen as she lay in her bed at the close of that eventful day. She thought about the joys it had brought her and for the first time longed for a new day to come. By the by the end of August, in 6 short months, Helen knew 625 words. By the time she was 16, Helen could speak well enough to go to college. Helen Keller, the little girl, became one of history's most famous women. She traveled around the world, speaking more than 25 countries in the five major continents. Wherever she went, she brought new courage to millions of people.